Welcome to Google Ads Unleashed, the podcast that helps you harness the power of Google Ads. And now your host, Jeremy Young.
Good morning and welcome back to Google Ads Unleashed, guys. Hope everyone is doing fantastically this week. Q4 is upon us. We're right in it, and things are crazy as they are already. And if you think it couldn't get any crazier, Google, of course, as always, pulls the rabbit out of the hat. And we had an unbelievable announcement last week, which, in my opinion, is a positive one. However, it is a sort of uproar in the industry, if you like. I'm just going to read it out because that's the email we had. And this is what is going to happen over the coming weeks and months. So the email was titled Update on Performance Max and Regular Shopping Campaigns. We have an exciting update to share that will enable you to capture additional opportunities during holidays. Sounds very interesting. Starting October, we're gradually launching an update that will change how Performance Max and standard shopping campaigns interact in the auction when they are in the same account targeting the same products. For these overlapping campaigns, instead of Performance Max automatically being prioritized over standard shopping, normal auction dynamics will now apply and the campaign with the highest ad rank will serve. This brings Performance Max and standard shopping campaigns into alignment with other campaign times where the highest ad rank serves as the general behavior, enabling more flexibility on campaign management with less complexity for testing. We want to reassure you that we expect this change to have a neutral or positive impact on performance at the account level. No immediate action is required. Okay, I'm not going to read out the rest, but this is huge, right? So maybe two things I want to first highlight again. So first of all, what's ad rank? So generally speaking, with search, this is a lot more obvious and it used to be more straightforward. But your ad rank is basically the quality of the listing, right? How the size of the listing and the positioning. Traditionally, position one, what you would think, right? The first few listings. So that is rewarded to you as a mixture of how much you're willing to bid and what your quality score is. If you want to know what the quality score is, listen to another episode of mine. But I think it is sort of fundamentally agreed in the industry, although there is no quality score for shopping and PMax, that there must be some form of equivalent of which Google determines your ad rank. Okay, so that on one hand, and on the other hand, the second thing, if you've been not aware of this, but Performance Max will absolutely always take priority over shopping. So that's why our sort of basic campaign structure for a very long time now at Y&D, and we're probably going to keep this, but I just want to sort of reiterate, has been that we have put a lot of emphasis on PMax, mostly feed-only PMax. But so no assets, but of course sometimes assets work as well. Let that do its thing, and then have a mixture of shopping campaigns on high priority and low priority, or medium priority, doesn't matter, to serve as a backup to capture additional traffic that is not yet captured by PMax, or if PMax runs out of budget, or etc. So for instance, something like, let's say we have 3 hero products, we have 3 campaigns with PMax, they take priority, then we have 1 catch-all shopping on high priority. On all of these campaigns, a brand is excluded, and then we have 1 separate shopping campaign just for branded terms at low priority, where we have brand not excluded, and that way we get a proper brand and non-brand split, and can get PMaxes to be our workhorses, whilst we have standard shopping as a backup. And this has worked quite well, and I think this is going to have massive implications, right? So generally what I think is going to happen is that more and more spend will gradually be able to be put into your shopping campaigns, right? So In fact, let's first of all assess what this actually means. This means that from now on, this structure will not work exactly the same way. Why? Because of course, shopping may be determined to have a better ad rank in some auctions, so it will get more impression share, right? Or it may stay neutral. So it's either one of them two things. So what does that mean for you? It means, what my predictions will be, it means standard shopping will make a sort of a comeback. It's always been a very viable alternative still to PMax. There's no magic rule saying that you have to have PMax, but given that it's now treated the same level as a Performance Max campaign, I will feel that a lot of people will be shifting back, right, onto shopping. I feel a lot of spend will be shifted back into shopping because Google really has given us the olive branch here, right? Because people were pissed off about Performance Max taking prior because it didn't always work as well, right? People wanted to, you know, get make sure that they're in the most valuable auctions, and PMax didn't really always give that, right? Like the whole point of PMax is to unfortunately waste a little bit of money on shitty auctions. And I think a lot of people will be moving spend back into shopping, right? So that's going to be interesting. I think that a lot of people will maybe get quite creative with feed PMaxes, right? So they might use that as fallback campaigns instead of as workhorse campaigns. There may be implications on what it means that, in terms of how you use fallback campaigns now, right? So if, let's say, a high prior shopping and a PMax are now basically the equivalent, it could well mean that you may not be able to use the shopping campaign as a fallback campaign anymore, right? You may have to create a new one. So there's lots and lots of things. I feel like it's a very positive update. I also have heard people being quite negative about it. There's no grounds on that, right? So I read a post on LinkedIn which went viral saying that now PMax and Shopping compete against each other in the same campaign if they contain the same product, and that drives up the CPC. Obviously, this person doesn't understand how ad rank works because you only have one product that can serve in the auction at each time, right? So if one of them two has a better ad rank, in whichever campaign it is, it's going to get the auction. So it doesn't compete internally. That's not the thing. So don't be worried about that. But yeah, it's a real positive update, I feel, and it is, according to Ginny Marvin, I think pretty much rolled out now, but already now by the end of October. So pretty big news. I'm going to be probably doing another podcast updating you how this has affected our sort of shopping setup and our campaign setups. But I feel that this can only be positive, and I feel that Google has really sort of given in there, and I hope that this is a sign of them listening to us, right? So them giving us, for instance, search terms properly in PMax, or proper campaign negatives is already coming. Maybe there will be more positive changes coming. If you want any more tips on Google Ads, or want to, of course, just get in touch for, let's say, a one-to-one, or you want to get in touch for Google Ads management, then of course don't hesitate to reach out. You can always email me at jeremy@youngerdigital.marketing, or find me on LinkedIn at Jeremy Young Google Ads. Unfortunately, our doors are closed for this Q4. The reason is we're absolutely overrun with work, so that's of course a positive, but of course creates a lot of work for me. You can also just book via the website at youngerdigital.marketing. This has been Jeremy Young, your dedicated Google Ads expert, and I wish you a productive and successful week ahead. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Google Ads Unleashed. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast so you never miss a future episode. If you found value in today's podcast, please share it with others and leave a rating and a review. For more information or to connect with Jeremy, check him out online at www.younganddigital.marketing. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.